gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Wake up, Mr. Webb! Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Wake up, Mr. Webb!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Leigh-Ality TV in HD from VIP. Here I am. I'm Mr. Lee West, right here, my brother Brian Katay. What's up, my brother?
What's going on?
Nice to see ya. So we got a special treat in here for you all this evening. It's just me and Brian.
Yeah.
We should call this like I we're brainstorming for show names.
We are.
because it's our show
Yeah, it's our show.
and it's an hour long.
Yes.
Like we call it our show, but spell it the time.
That's a good thought.
You know, because like you know, it's not always. I don't always pronounce everything correctly, so
Hour and hour is
It's-
H-O-U-R and O-U-R.
it sounds the same though.
It's the same.
It's the
the
same
way
word.
to say it.
But it's spelled different and means
Yeah.
two different things, or it means the same thing and spelled different.
I don't know if O-U-R is a fragment of time. Is that what you're trying to say? It's our like ownership.
It's our right,
property.
right, and it's an hour long. So it's like our, like we'd say our show, but it would be horror. It'd be horror. Horror, and it's a
My
horror show.
girlfriend who's an English teacher would kill you.
Hi, Nina. Oh, it's funny. So what's up, my brother? Last week we had, if you missed us, we had Rebecca Rampage and Eric Ass Kicker.
Oh yeah.
They were here. They
Kind of scary, but they were they were cool.
He was a little scary, and they're very, very chill people. And shouts out to them for coming out. Rebecca had her big fight last Saturday. She lost by decision 3 points. She lost by 3 points.
Oh, 3 points.
So I mean that's pretty freaking ass kicking if you know.
That's a field goal.
That's a field goal.
Yeah.
That's like a head putt. A head putt.
That's like like a 3-point shooter. That'd be.
From in the paint. In the paint. Oh man. All right. So SK Wines and Liquors. Shouts out to them.
Yeah. Shout out
Official
to
sponsors of Leigh-Ality TV. We got a little. What is this today? What are we doing? A little Cab Sauv. We're doing a little Cab Sauv. Nobody could ever pronounce it properly, so everybody says Cab Sauv.
It's called Cabernet Sauvignon.
Sauvignon. Like
I think it's French.
French.
I don't know. I'm stupid.
Like oui.
Oui.
I know Brian's making me feel smart today, man. He's all over the map.
Yeah.
Hey, so we posted it on Facebook earlier today, and like I said, it's just us. So you have anything you want to ask us, you can hop in the chat room, call the phone number, anything you want to do, you want to know about Mr. Lee West, you want to know about Mr. Brian Kataya. We're open books right here. We
Call up,
open books.
Last week we had about 15 people call up.
We had a tremendous amount of phone calls last week.
Amount, record-breaking
phone calls last week, and we want to break last week's record this week. So
if you could help us out with like Lee said, we're trying to create a new name for our show, and we've been trying to brainstorm for a good month now, and nothing seems to pop. We were thinking Untouched. Not Untouched. Well, Untouched.
Untouched is in the percolator, along with Uncorked.
Uncorked. That's the one I was thinking.
And Unfiltered. I came up with that last night.
Unfiltered. I really like Unfiltered. Actually.
And then because the thing, we are a Long Island based show, Long Island community events and such, and so maybe like Long Island Unfiltered, like Strong Island Unfiltered. LA, can we say Strong Island Unfiltered? Can we use that as our show name on Strong Island TV?
I think so.
Right? We could do something like that.
Could do something like that, but I feel like we're taking
we're
from LA's
piggybacking.
name.
We're piggybacking. That's what it's marketing, man. All right, so we have a few questions on the Facebook side of things, and we'll. You want to address those now? We'll get to those now. Or
Yeah, I guess.
Or you want to look at the itinerary?
Oh!
All right.
Those of you who don't know.
Nick Statham, that's technical. He was here with those ridiculous freestyles, and he's really awesome. He wants to know, where do babies come from?
Where do babies come from? This is a very tricky question. There's, could be multiple different answers
Right.
to this based on who you are and what category of child you're looking to.
That's true. Asian babies you could buy.
You could buy those babies.
The girl one's cheap.
Yeah, the Asians are probably on the cheaper spectrum of baby finding and of obtaining a baby. That's probably the cheaper aspect. I don't know. Sometimes I actually heard that some of these parents who give birth just like give their baby away to like these safe havens that like they literally put it in a slot and like you put it in like a
Blockbuster overnight VHS type of.
Return to library.
I don't want this anymore.
Yeah, and you just put in, you slot it in, and there's somebody there. I forget what the name of this is called, but I heard about this week.
I don't know, man. I'm old school. If you're gonna go through all those stretch marks and ruin a perfectly good vagina by having a baby, like you should keep the fucking thing. You went through enough of work.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
no guy's gonna ever look at you the same. They're gonna have to rub their sides to create friction. It's completely ruined, and you ruined your entire.
Well, that's when you take the one leg and you put it over this way, and you kind of get like the side.
Yeah.
Thing, little.
You have to like rub against her hip bone or some shit, But yeah, other ways to obtain a baby. The stork doesn't exist.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Contrary to popular belief.
Then I have no idea how I got here.
Unless the stork drops a little powder or something, I don't know. and then a baby can form from that somehow.
Right, test tube babies.
Test tube babies.
Oh, let's. So, Nick, technical to answer your question. Test tube babies. Babies come from test tubes.
Test tubes, or just vaginas.
Right.
The eggs come out of the ovary, go down the fallopian tube. You put the penis within the vagina, and the tip of the penis that goes on the cervix, sperm shoots through the uterus, goes up to the fallopian tube, goes inside the egg, while the egg and it fertilizes it, and I believe it turns into a zygote. Then it goes all the way down the fallopian tube and rests within the walls of the uterus, and that's how it.
But that's none of my business, though.
That's none of my business, though. I know. I'm pretty good at that, don't I?
No, you explain it really well, like a health teacher. That's what's up.
So that's where babies come from.
That's where babies come from.
People who actually really care.
N-bomb, Natalie. Are you my daddy? No, I'm not your daddy. But you can call me daddy.
And then somebody else replied saying, "Lee, you're creepy, right?"
Yeah, that's my buddy Ray. Shouts out to Ray. He'll never come on the show. He'll never let me film his favorite of all time, Mr. Lee West moments. He does not want any type of documentation of anything that he even knows me. I'm amazed he's friends with me on Facebook.
I can't. Who is this Ray guy? You have to shine some light for the viewers who don't know who this.
Ray is a friend of mine from about 2001. I just started. He in Brentwood at one of those party houses, and he had a party house, and we went there, and I was dating this train wreck at the time. What else is new? And so it was actually like her girlfriend's. It was the girl I was dating, friend Diane, and her name ended up being Diane Chokes on Dick, because every time she said something, he was like, or whatever, and she was dating Ray, and shouts out to Ray, and whatever, like he liked me because I was the only one that would like come over and not be a bum. Like I'll bring like a case of beer, or like I'll buy the pizza or something, like because you're having me in your house. I'm gonna, bring something more, like my mom always raised me like, bring an Entenmann's or some shit,
You're getting into moral values now?
Right back to my mama's, man. Talk about it.
We drove in a car on the way here.
We did. And then Thomas says,
wow, this is a deep one.
Yeah.
Well, not really deep.
It's actually a real question, so it's pretty alright. We'll address it. How do you become successful and make a financial living either as a comedian or as a radio host?
We wish we knew.
I wouldn't be fixing cars right now if I had that question fully figured out. Then my hand wouldn't be all bandages up from cars, and I wouldn't be greasy every day.
I feel like that was kind of like a mocking question.
Oh, it absolutely was. That's Thomas's fashion.
But I guess the proper way to do it is proper exposure, proper.
Well, he wants me to say, network marketing and practice.
Network marketing.
Network marketing practice.
This is Tom Belez's philosophy, and
it works. I mean, it's
make a left right here now. Top of the bottom pile. All right. Oh, look at that. Free marketing. Way to go.
He's right, though. He's totally right. And
networking marketing.
network marketing practice.
Network marketing.
Practice your networking.
You grow a beard.
Practice your marketing. Practice your practice.
You grow a beard and you make it your,
Hilarious.
your brand.
Your brand value.
Your brand value.
Your brand value.
That's why I'm growing a beard, Mr. Beleza. I hope he knows that.
It is
this
with
is
the
like
times.
an entire segment.
This is Thomas J. Shout out moment.
Thomas J. Shout out moment. So what do you always comments?
And Chrissy, what up, Chrissy? What are your inspirations in life that led you to your choice in career? Well,
Wow.
is that my entertainment career or is that my fixing cars because I need money to pay the rent career? But what drove me to entertainment originally, I don't really know. I remember being a little kid and just like watching the people on TV, and like always like I want to do that. You know, that's what I want to do. But it always seemed like so unrealistic to me.
Yeah.
You know, like that's not me. That's other people. That's all the way in California. That's like it's unrealistic. But as time progressed and a bunch of crap happened in my life, I found myself enjoying the stage life, and just why not? Why can't it be me? Why can't it be us? Why can't we do it? And so we're here trying it.
Yeah.
And
giving it a go.
So in answer to your question, Chrissy, I guess it was just my inspiration was the desire not to fix cars anymore. Bam. And I don't know how to do anything else. So it's either fix cars or go get beat up in the sun by doing some vinyl siding or something. And then work in the rain. And, come on. I want to sleep till noon, wake up, go somewhere, eat something, and tell some jokes. And then get paid for it, and then come home and sleep.
Yeah. That's the ultimate thing.
That's the goal. That's living the dream.
For me, I guess when I was younger, I used to look at comedians on TV, and I used to be like, why are some of these guys funny? Like, there's only a select few that made me really laugh, and like I'd see them on TV. I'm like, these people are on TV, and they're kind of mediocre. Like, how come I can't think like this? And when I was like about 15, I wrote a book. I tried to write a book, and it was horrible. It was horrible. It was very wordy. I didn't know what I was doing, and I was very creative like that and whatever. And then when I was 17, I told my parents I wanted to try to do stand-up because somebody mentioned to me that I made them laugh, and I didn't realize even like anything about comedy at this point. And I was always actually the butt end of jokes. Like I kind of got made fun of a little bit in high school and everything. And then I told my parents I wanted to try to take a class. And I went to Governor's and I took a class when I was 17 with John Trusum, and I did decent. And I kept going, and and then I finally. It takes a long time to understand how to write a joke and how to find the funniness in situations. And like it is only until recently I actually feel like my comedy has been owning itself a little bit more. But I wish I could say I'm further along in my career, but we are trying. That's what we're here for.
That's what we're doing.
And that's to go back to Tom Beleza's question. Even this is what we're here for. This is the struggling comedians side of it. We
Right.
perform at billiard halls.
Yeah, we do.
we do this online talk show. We I teach veterans now, and that's just a
That's
hobby.
an awesome thing. Yeah.
How to do stand-up, and I almost feel bad for them because they're getting involved in this world that we live in.
Yeah, it's like, all right, it was cool for the first one when it was just all by yourselves. Now it's like you're going out in public doing this, and it's like, do I really want to do this to these people?
Yeah, gonna give them something like a dream that is so hard to obtain.
Yeah. Talking about depression. I thought you were trying to help with this, man.
If they didn't have PTSD, now they do.
I went on stage at the pool. I got PTSD.
Nobody listened to me. They just hit the cue ball.
They were actually thinking play darts. My head is in front of the dartboard.
Yeah.
But shouts out to my brother David and Felt Billiards. We had a great time last Friday. doing the show up in there. We had a great turnout. Shouts out to my brothers from high school way back, junior high and everything. Brendan Leo and Jason Katakis. They come out almost religiously to the pool hall, and they were like, next month we're going out. And I'm like, what do you think? He's like, I'm taking off work because the one kid Jason works on Saturdays. He's like, we're going to the strip club. We're going out. We want to party with Mr. Lee West, man. And I was like,
And they came and
no, that they yesterday, last week they set it up. Like next month we're going hard body. We're going ham.
Nice.
So like November 7th or something is the first Friday of the month over there.
Oh,
well, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. It gotta be like November 6th or something.
I don't know.
It's late in November. In the first.
I think
week.
November 7th is a Saturday.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Because the 7 days, and then it would have been the first, would have been a Friday also.
See, he's very good at English and math.
And where the dates on the calendar, because I keep track of time so well. Sorry for the late start.
Also a history major.
But I know a few things about some stuff that happened. I forgot my watch. And it doesn't work anyway, it's just shiny.
But that question, that was a very good question to go back to.
Oh yeah, my bad.
I always bring it back to the circle.
Right, Brian's gonna put in a...
That was a question by
corral.
Chrissy Barron.
Chrissy Barron, she's awesome. Shouts out to you. She's one of Sunshine's friends.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Sunshine's a nickname for a person that Lee knows.
I love my Sunshine. She's awesome.
He just like tells you guys, like you guys know exactly what he's
yeah,
talking
of course
about.
it's Sunshine.
Oh, it's Sunshine's
friend.
friend. Like, who the fuck is Sunshine? Unless if they think you're actually talking about the sunshine.
Right.
Like an inanimate object.
Well, just like as you need the sun in your life, you need sunshine in your life. She brightens your day. She's awesome.
When was the last time you seen her?
It was a while. It was a while. Somos. The last time I saw her was Somos.
Wow.
So, back to the pool hall. Friday night was after the party after the show was the hangout party. We were all hanging out, We had a good time, and there was these two we used to call older broads cougars, like.
Oh yeah.
But these were like old hags. Like, what do you call what's past cougar? Like, I was like expired. Like, I don't know what's past. Like, anyways.
Fossilized
Hose. And the one I saw the kid I used to work with, Matt. Shouts out to Matt and Globe Transmission. And so we were hanging out, and the old broads was like touching on me and him and shit. Like, and I'm like, yo, get out of my space, Like, and it was like, I was getting a little agitated. If I don't want you if I don't like you, I don't want you touching me. Never mind touching my hair and trying to like take. I had a little flower in my shirt. You're trying to take my flower out of my shirt. And shit. Like, stop fucking touching me. I'm starting to twitch out. Like, you did my baseball. Like, you did my baseball. You ever tried to take that earmuffs off? Remember when you you see my baseball? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
The thing's about the front. Everybody knows. You see my baseball. What is that? Something about Mary?
Okay.
Something about Mary. The brother was like disabled or whatever, and he was always looking for his baseballs. But then, he had these earmuffs on, and if you, ever, touched his earmuffs, or headphones or some shit, and he would just bug the fuck out. And I was just like, ah! Everybody just started laughing so hard. I got more laughs after the show than I did during the show. So, I try to get these old hags outside. Like, you guys gotta go outside. You're done here. Like, you go sit on the bench outside and get some fresh air and just chill for a minute, So, the one, they're not going. They're not budging. No. I'm like, come on. If you come outside, I'll show you my cock. You want to see it? I'll show it to you. Come outside.
He does this all the time to old random people, too.
Well, a lot of, people see my penis. It happens all the time. And then, so, it was just like trying to call my dog. Like, Nugget, come here. Nugget, come on. Nugget. Nothing. Right? You pull out a piece of cheese, and he's like, boom, right there. Same thing, woo, follow me right outside. I'm like, all right, if you sit nice, I'll show you my shit, right? So she goes to sit, and she kind of does one of these, and up, that's it, it's over, no dick for you, I'm out of here. That was it. I walked back inside and continued hanging out with my friends, and it was just so fun. Everybody's like, yeah, I can't believe you did not just do that, man. I was like, I had to get them outside. I used any means necessary,
You lure them out via penis.
Right.
Via penis. And these old hags, these fossilized
old cock junkies.
You go, oh, look. Mr. Lee West and his Mr. West.
It is Little West.
It's Little West.
So, like, you think Kanye would get mad if I named my penis Southwest?
Maybe.
Because I'm Lee West.
Did you know about Kanye before you made Lee West?
Not really. Like, I didn't. No, I was Lee West before I realized who Kanye West was, like, somebody.
Yeah.
And then, like,
Do you feel bad about yourself now? Like, that, like, people might judge you thinking, like, you're,
most questions I get is any relations to Adam West. You remember TV's Batman?
Oh, right.
And now on Family Guy and stuff. And, I said, yeah, that's my uncle. And I just say it, like, so plain like that people believe me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm Batman's fucking nephew. You know what I mean? Like, stop. You know? But, yeah, no, I refer to Kanye as the other Mr. West. You know, because we use the samples and stuff like that for the intro and everything.
Nobody's a Kataya. Like, that's, you know,
no.
I don't think there's any famous Katayas.
A karate-taya. A karate-ya.
A karate.
Cha-cha-cha.
No, there's no famous Katayas. Lee West is very flowy name, though. Mine's my actual biological birth name.
Right.
So it's kind of, you know, Brian Kataya. Like, nobody knows how to spell it. Like, he doesn't. Every time he, like, types me in, he misspells my name. It's like Kudia.
I think I got it. I think I spelt it right.
You did today.
Today, right?
Today you did it right. And I was like, wow, impressive. His English is improving slightly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know, shout out again to
SK Liquors, man. SK Wines and Liquors. Sunrise Highway, Ice Up Terrace by the 27 Pizza and the 7-Eleven. In between all the gas stations that's over there. Shane. Shout out to Shane.
He's a good guy. Hooking us up a little bit.
It's not getting him in trouble. It's not getting him in trouble. I pulled it. You're a dick.
I am a dick.
I guess that's what we're having today. Stuff to cork back in it. But, so what else is going on, Brian? You want some of these interview questions?
Some of those interview questions?
Yeah. Let me give you one of these.
No, give me a new one, dude. Put the book down. Give me a new... Ask me a question. Let's get the audience to get to know me and you a little bit. Ask me what, you know...
Well, I mean, let's for the viewership side of it, let's go a little generic real fast.
Okay.
So we know you've been doing comedy about 7 years.
Almost 10.
Almost 10 years.
On and on.
Because you said 17 and now you're 27.
Yeah.
So 10 years, all right. And now, what was your favorite moment in comedy?
There was a few, but I'd say, you know. All right, I'm going to put this kind of funny, though. My parents have never really been proud of me for anything my whole life. Really, like, you know, I guess they're accepting, like, you know, but, like, they definitely, like, wanted to shoot higher in terms of me. But there was this one point where they were both proud of me.
Ooh.
And it was when I was doing comedy. And it was the one time they both looked at me and thought, wow, this kid could go somewhere.
We made this, yeah.
And I was performing on a cruise ship. And I was about 18 or 19. And I was about a year and a half into comedy, 2 years into comedy. And we went on a cruise ship for vacation on the Norwegian Sun. And while we were on it, there was a talent night. And if you won the talent night, you got to get booked on the cruise. You get to get, like, you know,
you get a spot. Yeah.
So the entire week, all I'm doing is, like, getting excited for the end of the week. Even though it would be the end of the vacation, but that would be the talent show. So here I am at 18, 19 years old, whatever it was, and I'm like making all jokes, all relating to the cruise ship. All, you know, because everybody who was on the cruise ship, you know, understood. So I knew exactly the demographic of people I was, you know, going for. And I went up there, and here I am just a young kid, and I killed it.
Nice.
I killed it. But I wound up losing. I came in second. Because there was a professional dancer, choreographer person who, like, went up there and he was like he had credits, like he was already background for, like, you know, music videos and stuff, like he was already in that. But everyone thought I should have won. You know, I walked out and everyone's like, you should have won, you should have, you know, like it was kind of, you know, BS that he wasn't even in the talent show.
Right, that's not a new talent type of,
And, my parents both looked at me, and that was the proudest moment I believe they've ever been of me. And that was about, you know, like 8 years ago, 10 years ago. Yeah, 18, 19. You know, that was, I'd say, one of the shining moments. And then Well, when I started, I won Long Island's Funniest Person contest,
Nice.
2007, and I thought like I was going somewhere, and then this cruise ship followed right after that, and I won the Long Island's Funniest Person contest, but I didn't realize it was all just kind of political. They just wanted you to bring people,
Right.
and it was my first few times going up on stage, and I packed the room out because I was excited, and these people came, and I won the contest, and it was just because I brought like 15 people, and that's what comedy comes down to, is who you could bring, and
Right. Asses in the seats.
asses in the seats, and those winning that contest, and I was on Sirius Satellite Radio because of it, and
Awesome.
and doing the cruise ship were probably two of the biggest highlights I've had in my comedy career, and that was years ago now. But those are probably two of my favorite shows. One of my favorite shows, actually, I keep going on because there's so many ideas that come to mind. One time, I performed at Lily Flanagan's in Iceland,
Okay.
and it was that's my hometown,
Right.
Islip Terrace. So here I am. I was living in Port Jeff at the time, and I overslept. And I'm like, fuck, whatever. And like somebody just booked me for the show last minute. So here I am. I go down there, and like, I literally pull in and I rush in, and like I'm already like 45 minutes late or whatever. And I go in, and the MC is just like, "Oh, you're here. Go on now." And I literally just walked in and went right on stage.
That's like when you're like, ah!
And I was like, ah! Like I didn't know. So I walked in, and I was just like, I don't know what the hell's going on here. Bartender, give me a beer, please. And the bartender gave a beer, and it got handed down to me. And here I am drinking a beer on stage, and here I am telling jokes, and the entire crowd was hysterical. And then afterward, I realized it was all people like I went to high school with. And all these people like looked at me, and they're like, wow, you actually are funny. You're not just saying this shit.
Yeah.
And like even recently, I went out, and somebody from high school was like, I was at that show. You're funny, man. You have a gift. And I was like, wow, this is
Yeah, and the reassurance is always nice, man.
Those are my highlights.
That's great. Those some good fucking highlights, man. When you perform in the spots you party at, it's a different flavor.
Yeah.
It's a different flavor, and so that's why I don't chill at the pool no more. I just go there on the first Friday of the month, and then, like I'll meet David there and we'll go do something else. But like that's like oh, you're the funny guy. You're the I'm like, yo, I'm just here to drink, man. Just chill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that kind of thing. And
what about you?
I got a follow-up question to that. When did you want to just totally give up and quit? What was the deciding factor to like, fuck this, I'm out?
There's been many times I've quit comedy on multiple different occasions. The first one was I performed. I did the class, and then I mentioned on the show before I took the class when I was 17, and it was at Governor's. It was my first time performing, and then I performed again at this place in Farmingdale, and it was my second time ever up on stage, and it was a real audience. It wasn't a bringer show. But little did I know, it was a band open mic night that I signed up for. You remember this story now?
Yeah, the band open mic nights are the worst. Man.
So here I am, and I brought 20 people to come down to watch me do comedy for the first time, like at a real venue, and my jokes were horrible. My jokes about cheese. Like, it was just completely...
My jokes about cheese.
It was ridiculous. It was horrible. And it was at this place called the Downtown, which is now Croxley's.
Okay.
In Farmingdale. And I performed, and I went up, and when I went to get up, they accidentally announced me up as an acoustic solo. They forgot I was there to do comedy. And I went up, I'm like, I'm actually here to do comedy. And here I'm joking about cheese and all this other stuff. And people, it was a band open mic night where people were moshing and going crazy. It was like
there's
heavy
no way,
metal.
man. You can't get
like
in there.
It was like people, like girls with like a mohawk and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, Jesus Christ. And and then I had this one joke. I worked at Eckerd at the time. Now it's Rite Aid. It changed names like 5,000 times. But back then it was Eckerd. That's how old this show was.
Genevieve's and
and and I worked there, whatever. And I had a joke about the beauty aisle. About, the cover girls on the cover of the boxes, whatever, some shitty joke. And this one girl's like, what are you trying to say? Right? And I'm just like, I'm saying you're ugly. And it was the only laugh I got, and the girl jumped up on stage with me, got right in my face, and was like, what? What did you say? What did you say? So scared. I dropped the mic. I ran out.
Pack it up.
I ran down Main Street.
That's hilarious.
And that was the first time I quit.
That's when you tell her it's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard. Yeah.
And I quit for like 6 months after that one. And then I realized, over time, like I used to perform back when McGuire's was owned by John Ryerson. Now the all three comedy clubs on Long Island are owned by Governor's Comedy. And it's just funny, after 10 years, you look at the entire comedy scene, and there's so many people who have came and went.
Yeah.
That now you don't realize, I'm still young a little bit,
Yeah.
But I've been in this comedy scene for a
We're
long
still
time.
up and coming.
And I get the politics behind comedy clubs really got to me. The politics amongst comedians themselves.
Ugh.
A lot of comedians talk trash about other things, or like they come back and there's such stupid drama where they get into fights with people, like the same comedian, and it's like, what does this even mean? Like, why do you guys even fight? Like, is this your entire life?
Yeah,
Like,
well,
coming down?
a lot of them, this is it, man.
Yeah,
It's just comedy.
That's what scared me too, because like I looked at, that was another point that made me quit, was the fact that I looked at these people, a lot of these comics, and I'm just like, this is it. This is their life.
Right.
I'm like, and that was one of the points. I'm like, I don't want to live this life. If this is the people,
If this is all that there is, yeah.
At the same time, even though I've been around 10 years, there's been a lot that have still been there 10 years.
Right.
And
And in the same exact spot.
same thing.
Same
And
exact
it's so
spot.
disheartening.
Well, we know their jokes by heart.
Yeah, discouraging, disheartening. I mean, the only two people that I've seen come out of Long Island that are doing decent, that I kind of envy, are Jason Scoop.
Shout out to Scoop
And Tim Dillon.
Dillon.
Those are the two shout outs I would say that from out, like, that I've started before them.
Right.
And now
we've
they're
seen them.
somewhere.
Like I booked these guys at the pool hall, and now they're doing stuff. Tim Dillon, I remember the one joke he had. He does he's one of these a lot of suicide jokes guys, and he goes he talks about his family's all worried that they heard of somebody walk to the top of the George Washington Bridge, jumped off, and he goes, I'd never ever do that. He goes, don't ever worry about that. You know how much cardio is involved in walking to the top of that bridge? I fucking
my favorite joke.
die. Every single time. I can hear it 1,000 times. The way he delivers it, like UPS, right on your front doorstep, boom. Like, I'm like, oh my God.
No way, when I'm contemplating suicide, am I going to incorporate cardio?
That's the words. Those are the words.
Incorporate walk to the middle of the bridge to jump off of it. And he's a pretty big guy. He's like, I'm not going to incorporate
He's a big
cardio
dude.
to my death.
And then he's like, oh, and then what's the follow-up, right? He's like, if I do, it's going to be at the diner.
Yeah.
After dessert. In the bathroom before I pay the bill. It's like this fucking guy.
That's one of the greatest jokes come out of Long Island.
Shouts out to Tim Dillon, man. He's good, man.
He's doing I see he's at the point now where other comics are bragging about him. He's like on the top 10
That's what we're doing.
list. I know, he's on the top 10 list somewhere. Like how honorable would that be to make it somewhere, even so, where there's other two comics somewhere doing a podcast talking about you without even
without even talking to them in a year. Yeah.
Like,
that's pretty cool.
If you really think about that in that sense.
We should probably tag him in this when we post it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's so for me there were a lot of discouraging points, and a lot of times, like I kick myself and I say I could try harder, do hard, like this even comes down to like my college. Like if I bring down to the college, like I screwed up college, and I see people who I graduated college with, now they're like speech pathologists and stuff, or like doctors, or like my friend Justin Donovan's a foot doctor now. And I'm like, and I graduated like the same time or a year before these guys, and I make hoses for a living. And I perform at and I'm doing this podcast, and and it's kind of like sometimes you can't dwell on it,
right?
And you have to always think that there's still a lot more you're gonna do,
right?
But you can't help sometimes to look back and just be like, if I just made a little bit of different situations.
Right.
Like if I moved to the city, maybe motivated myself, and a lot of people. Do you know what Tim Dillon actually told me? I remember talking to Tim Dillon on the phone about 3-4 years ago. Right as soon as I started dating Nina, and he's like, "Oh, you in a relationship?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes,
That sucks.
You can't really pursue this if you're in a relationship.
He's right.
And I'm just like, fuck.
It was a main deciding factor in my last relationship. Was she was very upset about all I do is this.
Yeah.
And that, and then like hitting stages and doing this studio time, having meetings to worry about studio time and thinking about studio time, and like I'm here for an hour a day. The rest of the hours in the week, I'm thinking about this.
Yeah.
Like that's really what it comes down to, and it takes a toll if you have a family, if you have a relationship, if you have.
It's something you have to dedicate yourself to,
Yeah.
and you like my girlfriend the other day. I said, "Oh, I'm doing comedy Tuesday, and I think I might do it Friday," which is horrible because I should be doing it every night of the week. And she's like, "Oh, but you already did it once this week," and like I'm just like, "You don't get it." I'm like, "You don't get it, Nina." Like it's crazy too that I'm also these past 3 years that I'm in this relationship now. Like I've been trying to mold my life around that as well.
Right.
Where like now I'm trying to mold this relationship and the comedy and everything else, and like everything always takes a step back when you have other focuses.
Of course.
And it's just life gets in the way sometimes. And so my advice is while you're still young enough to have no responsibilities and no other commitments, to do whatever you want to do.
Anything you want to do. Like if you want to travel, if you want to Brian's absolutely right with that. 1000%. You want to see the world, you want to try new experiences, you want to just go fucking climb in the Grand Canyon or whatever people do. I don't know, you know what I mean? But just go do it. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So you got passion, pursue that shit. I think my battery just died.
You need to bring your charger.
I brought the charger.
But yeah, it's What about you? Let me shoot you some of these questions.
Sure.
What did you already said why you got into comedy?
Yeah.
What was your top 3
Favorites?
or any favorites?
Well, I mean, the first time I performed in Vegas, shout out to Tech G and everybody, all Jack Slammy, all the Vegas people. Definitely, and I was still new relatively. They were talking about 2011 right now. When I was in Vegas with my father and Murray, and I mean, just being able to perform on a stage in Vegas was like the greatest thing. And I talked about getting my dick sucked in the strip club and the whole 9 yards and everything like that. And I had probably 20% of the audience was 1,000% on board, and the rest of the 80% were just being nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And but when I got done, fucking complete Vegas. Complete Vegas. The fake tits, the giant blonde hair, the sparkles all over. She comes over. She's like, "That was really funny." She goes, "That." She's like, and I just look at her and I was like, "Did I hit on any personal topics?" Like implying that she's a stripper, and she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "I just got done, and I came over here." I was like, "Yeah, I date a lot of strippers." It's just kind of like it's my thing at the time. That's what I was doing, and so that ended well. That evening went really well. So that's got to be a really a high five for myself in comedy with that kind of thing. I was like, "Oh, Pops, I got a ride. I'll see you later." I'll meet you back in the hotel. And so that was definitely my one favorite. My other favorites, I mean, I don't know. There's not much of it I don't like, to be honest.
Yeah.
Even when I don't do great, I still enjoy the experience, the time, the whole, me putting the act on and people really just listening to what I'm saying, whether it's like ridiculously side-splitting funny or it's just clever and witty. Like, I like the I'm an attention whore. If you're listening to me, you guys are on your computers right now, you're watching me, it's what I live for, man. I live for the limelight, and one of my favorite things about comedy is telling people I do comedy.
Yeah.
That right there.
Because I think that too. I think because it's very interesting. Not a lot of people do it, and a lot of people No, some people think like, I think there's a lot of mixed reactions.
Yeah.
But it's like, as long as you say it, like it even depends on how you say it. I do comedy. Like you have to be confident when you know.
And I don't even say I do comedy. I tell jokes. Like whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing. I fix cars. I tell jokes. Blah 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 blah.
Like I just tell them like you have to. I'm just like I do stand up comedy. I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like that's it. Like and there's a very fine line too, to actually being called a comedian.
Right.
Like even from the get go.
Right.
Where like you're not a comedian until you get paid or
Until you
something.
get paid, right?
Like
Otherwise you're a comic.
Otherwise you're a comic.
Yeah.
A comedian I think by definition is anybody that makes you laugh, and a comic I think is who performs on stage.
Okay.
I actually think the definition.
I think you're actually right about that. Yeah.
So like even if you're a movie star that's never done stand-up comedy, you're a comedian.
You're a comic.
No, you're a comedian. You're a comic if you go up on stage. Like say
movie star. I got what you're saying. All right, yeah.
If you're like a funny movie star that plays in comedies but never goes up to do stand-up, you're a comedian still.
Right.
But yeah, I believe.
No, I think you might be right because comic is the word for it. I mean, there's an old movie. It might be it's like Twilight Zone type era of shit, and it's called The Comic. And the guy he pursued his career and everything, but like the family life suffered, and he just wanted to see his kid, and the baby mom was like no, it's like it's really relatable for me, and then like 10 years later or like 8 years later or whatever, the guy he shows up at the house and he's like, I'm gonna see my fucking kid, I don't give a fuck, and he goes and he grabs the kid, just takes the kid, put it in the car and bounce out. And it's been so long, he was so disattached from the family that he took the wrong kid. Like, cause somebody was like, "Oh, where's Mister?" The kid knew him from coming around, but only as Mister, whatever his name was. And anyway, the movie is called The Comic, and then it's just really relatable to what we're talking about, like with the family life and everything like that. And it hits home because, shit, I already whatever. Broke up. I already ruined one relationship over it. Let's see how many more I could do.
I mean, there's this excellent documentary about comedians itself that I think is the best documentary ever to portray what comedians do and everything. And it's actually called Comedian.
Okay.
And it's by Jerry Seinfeld. I don't know if you have ever watched this, but it's very interesting and very unique. It follows the lives of two comedians. Throughout there, it follows Jerry Seinfeld as he's getting back into comedy after the Seinfeld. He took a few break, and he went back into comedy, and then it follows this other comedian, Orny Adams, as he's like rising up, and like you see Orny striving and like he's hard on himself after every bomb, and he's like, and he's just so emotional and everything. And here's Jerry and you see Jerry even like getting emotional, and he's trying to get his like funniness back, and you see him like bomb, and then all of a sudden you see him build it, and then by the end of the documentary he has like a 45 minutes to an hour set, and he's back again, and like you can see it even in his face that like he's back again, and you can see Orny Adams growing throughout this documentary, and it's really good. But there was this one scene that really stuck out to me, where Orny Adams goes up to Jerry Seinfeld and asks for advice. And Jerry Seinfeld tells this story that just really, you think about the story and you're just like, holy shit. He goes, let me tell you, Orny. He goes, this band is, trying to do a show, and they're in a plane and they have to go over Alaska, and for some reason the plane comes down, has to make an abrupt stop somewhere, and they have to find.
Are we down?
No.
Oh.
No, we're right. Yeah.
I'm black over here.
I don't know. But when he goes, there's this plane, this band is flying, and whatever, it stops, whatever, and it breaks down, or plane or a bus, whatever. So this bus, let me say bus.
Because when planes break down, there's problems.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a bus, and it breaks down in the middle of a snow blizzard, and this band is there, and they all have to lug all their instruments and everything. And they go, they're trying to find some place to go, and they see a house, and they're all shivering cold, with like earmuffs and everything, carrying their instruments, and they look in the window of this house, and there's a fireplace. There's and then a family, mother, father, 3 kids eating around the table. They have a nice turkey dinner. They're laughing and everything like that. And the lead singer looks at looks in the window and then looks at the drummer and goes, "Wow, who lives like that?"
Yeah.
And like that's just and that's the idea
Right.
behind the entertainer's mind.
Exactly.
And he's just like, and you see him tell Orny Adams, and Orny Adams is just like waiting even for a punchline almost.
Right.
And he's just like, and Jerry's like, "Do you get it? Do you get it?" And like, you just see it going through you're not gonna have best of both worlds sometimes.
Right. That's absolutely right.
And it's very difficult. It's
Yeah.
you gotta watch. I'm gonna lend you the movie.
Yeah, send me that. That'd definitely be dope. Believe it or not, we used up all the time.
Did we? What time? Wow.
Yeah. So, we got what's hot tonight. Don't worry about it, bro. It's fine. Yeah, whatever. All right, yeah, put it up. Let's put it up real fast. Sorry, I should have warned you. Should have given you a warning. What are you gonna do? Pull it out with your teeth?
Yeah.
What's hot? Tonight we have Rebecca Stodd and a lady fighter we had over here last week. It's her after party at the. Hi, Jack. Yeah, love you. The lady fighter we had over here, her after party's at Scene this evening. We're gonna be making an appearance on over there. Saturday.
Yeah, we're gonna go there.
Saturday is the.
Saturday is the Veterans Comedy Assault.
Veterans Comedy Assault. These are the guys that Brian Hambred. Brian Hambred 7 American veterans into comedians, and they're funny. Each and every one of them, man. They each got a punch to pack.
Yeah.
Each single one of them. So assault comedy. I love the name you guys came up with.
It's something it's something unique now. Like we make Project 9 which is a nonprofit to help veterans reintegrate through art. And I met Patrick Donahue, and we got this on the road. And I wanted to help veterans learn how to do stand-up. That was my idea of an art form that I could help veterans reintegrate. So I taught these 7 veterans how to do stand-up back in January, and then they had a sold-out show that they first performed at in March. And now they've all loved comedy.
Yeah.
And it was a tight-knit group of 7 people that really just wanted to continue. And we've been going to open mics together now. Like, I'm showing them the ropes of how to get involved. And now we're doing a second show. And there's 2 other veteran comics that weren't part of the class that are, part of this.
Awesome.
Manny Arias.
Manny, right?
And Andrew Barrett.
Oh, I thought Andrew was in the class.
He wasn't in the class, no.
See, that's what fucked me up. All right.
So just they're performing and we're together.
Tell us where and when.
It's at Hardigan Manor in Bethpage, October 10th, which is this Saturday. And together the group, we called it the Veterans Comedy Assault. That's our new name for the comedy troupe that we have now.
That's awesome. I will be there. Brian Kataya will obviously be there hosting, right?
Yeah. It's $30, dinner and a show. Hardigan Manor.
There you go. I'll be in there. Come see me. I need a date. Anybody want to roll? BrianKataya.org. No.
Project9line.org.
Oh, sponsors. Schroeder's Auto Body, 200 Blackberg Road, Ninelandia. Training Man, 1052 West Jericho Turnpike, Smithtown. My sister, Linda's Graphics, with an X, 1F, 1X. It's self-explanatory, Linda's Graphics. The beautiful lady behind the scenes, Krista Branchinelli. All the web design, the websites, Twitter, all that. Cripple Streets Podcast. Love you guys. Corey and Eric, you guys are my boys. What am I forgetting?
Your job, I don't know.
I did my job. I did it all.
I don't know.
I did it all. We're out of time. We love you guys. Well, next Thursday, MrLeewest.com, Project9line.org. We'll see you Saturday at the event, or we'll see you tonight and some titties. We love you guys. Peace.